Alright, what's up guys? So, today's video, I didn't even mean for this video to fall on the day of, well I know probably by the time this video comes out it'll be after, but I'm recording this on Juneteenth. And I had like it wasn't up until I had like seen this video on Twitter. But I just didn't have like no thought or idea of doing this video today. I actually was getting ready to do some other videos, but I was like, nah, let me do this video real quick. Explaining how racism does work in mysterious ways. That there will be people out there that will try to defend their racism. And that's like one thing that it's like, you know, you'll see where like people are open, like they know that they're racist. They've accepted the fact that they're racist. But then there's people out there that will try to defend what racist thing they just said. And fam, I've dealt with that in like all aspects of my life, like from friends that I went to school with, from people that I thought I was cool with on social media, from, you know, haters. Like I've dealt with racism in like all aspects and things. Like I've had, you know, people like in real life and online like attack me, you know, because of the color of my skin. I actually remember the one time when a guy, he had, I was beefing with a YouTuber, and it's funny because I have called that YouTuber out for being racist, and another person had called them out for being racist, and I want to talk on that. But I remember one of the fans of that YouTuber had commented on my video saying like, oh, because you've beefed with this YouTuber and I don't like your videos, therefore I have a right to be racist to you. And it's like, hold on, time out. Like penalty on the play. Hold on, let me get like a flag real quick. Like penalty on the play. Like no, we're gonna have to go back some yards on this. You think you have a legitimate reason to be racist to me because of some YouTube videos? I don't get that. I don't get that at all. Like that's something where it confuses me because I'm like, I've never heard of that. Like you would think like being a person of color, you've seen and heard of every form of racism possible. But I guess I'm new to people defending why they're racist. And I have to say I didn't really start seeing that until I was on the internet. And I feel like that the main reason I feel like why people will do that is because they know that they're going to have to answer for that stuff. They know that they're going to have to, you know, take responsibility and accountability and things for what they just said, but they don't know how to do that. So the only thing that they can do is defend it. And it's like, well, that's not even possible to defend racism. You're either racist or you're not. Like, it's crazy to me where it's like, I can tell the difference between a person that's racist and not racist. And it's by like, just like easily just seeing like one thing about like two different people, from one that's racist and one that's not racist. I feel like a person that's racist is that they will say like crazy things about people of color, but then they'll try to like, of course, like, you know, overall defending it, they'll try to like back it up with something, and then another person, they aren't even thinking about that. They're not even thinking about people of color in a negative way. Like, if they are gonna, if it's gonna be anything, they're thinking about one individual in a negative way. But they're not thinking of a whole group, a whole race in a negative way. Now, one particular person, like, I can understand, well, like, not so much as, like, being racist, but, like, having a beef with that person or having an issue with that person, but you're never gonna stoop to a like low part of your life to where you're gonna be racist to them. That's not racist. I feel like, yeah, if it's a situation where like if it's a white guy and there's like, you know, he has a issue with a black guy, it's like, oh, you like, let's say if it's like a manager and an employee and it's like, oh, you're showing up late, I'm gonna have to let you go. Oh, you only let me go because I'm black. Like, you only do that, you ain't never did that to nobody else. It's like, okay, well, nobody else has never been late, so I'm saying I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm gonna have to let you. And then it's like, that's, I feel like when I chime in, it's like, bro, you literally just showed up 2 hours late, and you've been doing this since you started. Like, we told you, and you like, what do you want us to do in things? But no, it's like that versus, oh, I'm letting go of all of the colored people at this place. I feel like they're not working properly. I feel like they're doing something. That's racist, okay? But letting the person go because he's showing up late, but he happens to be a person, that's not racist. I don't see how that can be racist. But, or even like if it's like some internet stuff where it's like you'll see a person will say the N-word, right? They'll be like making out a tweet and they'll be like, oh, I don't understand why we can't say it. And then they'll like actually will type out the N-word. They won't say N-word. They'll type out the N-word and stuff. And it's like, fam, like, don't don't type that out. Like, just say, like, N-word or something. It's like, well, I should be allowed to say it. It's not like I'm being racist towards anybody. I'm just saying, like, I just don't get it. And it's like, fam, it's racist, okay? If a black person is telling you it's racist, it's racist. It's like, you ain't gonna go out in public. You ain't gonna go... And I've said this. It's funny because there was a point in time on Twitter, and I remember when a guy, he, of course, coming from that community, he went and called me a delusional monkey. And I told him, and it was like, fam, like, you cannot call a black person a monkey. That's not... And then at first he was trying to say he was joking. And I'm like, okay, even if it's a joke, like, that's just still not something that you call somebody. Like, I don't get why you're arguing with me about it. It's like, just don't call black people a delusional monkey. And he's like, well, I call my friends, my black friends a monkey all the time. And it's like, that's racist. I don't care about your black friends. I don't care what you're calling them. It is racist. You're missing the point. And then it was funny because I saw on Twitter, he had where he had lived in the world and stuff. He lived in New York. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what? To prove me wrong, record yourself. Go to like Harlem or Brooklyn or what's that place? Bed-Stuy, I think. Go there, you know, and you call, you like find like a group of black people. Go up, cause what, isn't, ASAP Mob, isn't that whole like, group from like New York and things, or their like headquarters or where they work at is in New York? I'm like, you go to them. You go up to like ASAP Rocky, Ferg, all those guys. Go up to them and you call them delusional monkeys and stuff. Just see how far that takes you and things. And he's like, why do you think everybody's gonna have a violent encounter? I'm like, you just proved my point. It's like, you know what's gonna happen. So it's like, if you know that's what's gonna happen to you, what makes you think it's okay to say? And I guess, like, you know, overall with the internet, it's a free-for-all. You know, like, people on the internet, they just say whatever and do whatever, and they really don't care about what it does to other people and stuff. Now, let's say if I was a person that didn't have thick skin, stuff like that would get to me. But because I'm a person with thick skin, I'm like, fam, like, you can say something. The most racist thing I've heard somebody say to me is that, and this was last year or in 2020? I think it might have been in 2020. But I think last year is when, like, the comment was, like, officially gone and things. But I had called that person out, too, over that. But anyways, and then, once again, from this racist community, it's funny how, like, I want to talk on that community, but most racist comment that I've ever had, got on YouTube, or just on, like, just all of my whole life and things, the guy said that I deserve to be hung. And I'm like, that's wild. I'm like, I don't think YouTube videos should fall underneath that, like, you know, that category of hanging a person. But, like, I don't think that that's, you know, and other than that, it was like, you know, just saying the N-word and all that crap. But no, but it's funny because that community that I came from, so I remember the whole, like, guy, like, the main guy in that community, there was at a point in time where I had called them out for being racist, and it was long before this, a bigger YouTuber had called them out for being racist, or a YouTuber bigger than me. But, no, like, I had called them out, and I had, like, proof of, like, things that he's done. I've shown proof of, like, it was, like, a 3-part series. I think the videos are still up, but it was a 3-part series, and it was, like, one part, I think I was just kind of, like, talking on the whole situation, and then the second part I think was showing like the comments like that I've gotten over the, like, I think at the time it was like a 3-year period, so it was like a 3-year period of like comments that I had got from those guys. And then it was like a conclusion. I think I don't know, it's been a while since I recorded those videos, and I hadn't watched them like since I had recorded them and put them together and things. But yeah, overall, it was like I had called them out for that. And instead of just being like, hey, I'm sorry, you know, like, if you feel... Because here's the thing, where it's like, if he's not racist, but your, like, audience, like, the people that's, you know, part of your fan base, like, they're racist, it's like, fam, then control that. Tell them, like, talk to them about that. It's like, hey, like, at the end of the day, this is just about videos, like, involving this guy's color, you know, and all that and stuff. It's like, that's not cool. That's not right. He never once has said, like, any of that stuff. And so fast forward, I think it was last year. It might have been last year, I think, where another YouTuber had called them out for being racist, and he had like video proof. He showed videos of this guy like saying the N-word and stuff, and like a bunch of other crazy things. And it's like, fam, I mean, like, you got two people so far calling, and I have to say, like, the only time I feel like he'll, like, take some sort of responsibility for it, if it's, like, a YouTuber with, like, 1 million, 10 million subscribers, like a YouTuber that can do some like permanent damage to his channel. That'll be the one and only time I feel like he would answer for any of that stuff or he would apologize. But it's like, since it's people that he's bigger than them and stuff, then yeah, he's not gonna apologize for that stuff. He's like, so what? I said the N-word. So what? I said some racist and derogatory things in my videos. What you guys gonna do about it? And since us being small channels, we really can't do a whole lot. So yeah, that's why it's like, it's stuff like that where it's like you're and so here, what's funny about it was that he did kind of say something along the lines of what I had said, and he was like overall saying like, if you don't like that stuff that I'm saying, then it's like, then don't watch it. And it's funny because I said the same thing about my reaction videos. See, here's the thing, the difference between his videos and my videos. Reaction videos, unless I'm reacting to something racist, then, I'm like myself, me not being racist, I'm reacting to something racist. I feel like that's the only similarity that we can share. But other than that, I'm not being racist in my videos. I have to say that there's never been a time like because there's no need for it. I feel like that you've reached an all-time low in your life if you are racist and stuff. So it's like whether you was born or you just recently became racist, but I just feel like you've reached an all-time mental lowness of your like brain capacity, or just overall brain, like not brain capacity, just the whole brain, okay, from the front door all the way to the back door. You have just lost all like mind functions to just overall like what life is right now. And it's like, and it's crazy to me where it's like people will defend it, like defending him or just overall defending any other forms of racism online. But if I'm just making a reaction video, then it's like, it's an issue, it's a problem. But it's like when you guys, but it's okay for you to be racist. Like, it's that type of stuff that I don't get. It's that stuff that I don't understand. And it's like, you would think YouTube or just overall social media just will have more control. But that's the thing though, like I said, is that the only time that you can really have some sort of control over that is if you are a like big creator with a platform. But if you're not a big creator with a platform, then you're never going to get heard. You're never going to get listened to. You're never going to be able to like tell your story about the times you did. Like you can, but it's like nobody's not going to hear it out. And so only people that will hear it out is people that have shared the same stories. They've shared the same experience. Having it where it was like, there was a guy, once again, from that, I swear that whole community, you cannot convince me that that community is not racist when all the people that I've encountered in that community, maybe not all, but it's been like quite a few people from that community where I've had some sort of like racist encounterment with them and stuff. But there's the one guy, he goes and joins my stream, and he was pretending to be a fan, but he was only like trying to like, you know, just get reactions out of me of like, you know, getting angry and getting all upset and crap. But I remember there was the one time, and he brought up like a traumatic experience that I remember I dealt with in my life where a girl had turned me down overall because of the color of my skin. She was like, I won't be with you because you're black. And it's like, you hear that, and it's like, that's your first time hearing that. That was like, I had to say the one time when like racism did get to me. But anyway, so the guy, he joins my stream, and I wasn't even talking on that situation. I was like, I remember I was giving, I think, out relationship advice to another person in the stream, and he just randomly had brought it up. He was just like, oh, have you ever heard of that girl that was racist to you in high school? And I was just like, no. It's like, I think like we did talk briefly, but then after that we just once again had fell out of contact, because I had like put that stuff behind me. I'm like, I'm in a much more better position in life. I'm like, I'm not gonna still be holding on to a grudge. It's like, stuff like that, it's like now, at the point in time, I was just like, yeah, I was upset about it. But now I'm like, I don't care about that type of stuff. I'm like, I've moved on. It's not like I share the same feelings I had like back then for her. So I'm just like, hey, it's whatever. So, but anyway, so he brings it up, and I'm just all like, you know, like I think maybe at the time, like I was like, it had been some time and stuff, but it was after that situation in high school. I remember we did kind of like talk. But anyways, he brings it up. He's all like, you know, like, oh, well, he was just like, he's like, I don't think it's, like, or he was, what did he say again? I'm like trying to figure out the exact words on what he said. He was just like, or no, he was just like, I don't think it's racist to turn somebody down over the color of their skin. And yeah, it did get a reaction out of me because I'm like, it just kind of like stirred up those like past memories. And it's like, fam, what are you talking about? You turn somebody down over the color of their skin. It might not be lynching. It might not be chasing down a person of color and shooting and killing them. But it is a form of racism. Like, you can't convince me otherwise. It's like you're looking at that person's skin first before you're looking at their personality, who they are as a person, like just overall them. Not them, but them, like within and stuff. Like, if that's going to be the #1 reason why you're not with them, like, oh, not because they're verbally abusive, not because they're physically abusive, not because they'll do things to like upset me and stuff. No, it's and that's why, like, that, and I told him, I was just like, you're never going to have a successful relationship. I promise you that. If that's what you're looking for, you're gonna find this person of color or person of whatever your preferred skin color is, and they're gonna be like mad abusive to you. They're gonna be like, honestly, it's gonna be the worst relationship in your life versus the race or the person that, you know, the race that you don't like, and they try to do everything possible to, like, you know, really show love to. And I feel like at the end of the day, like, he really isn't racist. Like, he most likely is, I mean, coming from that community, but I do feel like that he was only saying that to get a reaction out of me, because I was like, there is no need at the end of the day to bring it up. So anyways, yeah, I'm all like, it's stuff like that where I say, like, you know, racism does work in mysterious ways. And so anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. But, you know, like, you know, the advice I could give y'all is, like, when you're dealing with racism, whether it's like in real life racism or internet racism, the best advice, because yeah, I've had friends, you know, where they've like been racist, and I don't chill with those friends anymore. But regardless, like, that's overall, you know, what the advice is like, just eliminate yourself from those people. So if you see somebody in your Twitch streams, TikTok comments, YouTube comments, ban and block them, delete their stuff. If there's somebody that you know in real life and they're racist, it's like block their number, block them from social media. Just overall, just have like no sort of communication with that person whatsoever. So, but anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.